welcome to my channel. I'm going to be doing a girl talk because, yeah, just cause. The first thing I'm going to get into is boys because I know this is something a lot of you guys will want to hear, and I know that it's a really complicated thing to find a good guy and to find someone that matches with you and your personality and vibe. So their heart's broken, and then they're just like, oh, I must not be worth something because since he hurt me, that must mean like there's something wrong with me, and he would treat every girl better. But honestly, most of the time, he would not treat anyone else better. If a guy is treating you bad and not respecting you, he's not gonna have respect for other people. If you don't have a partner, then get some hobbies. Like, it's okay to do things by yourself because not everything that's fun is gonna be with other people. There's so many things you can do, so many things you can learn, things that you just wouldn't be comfortable with other people around just because maybe it's like your first time and you're practicing. And I mean, I know you're gonna want to be around people who you are comfortable with, but there's gonna be certain things that are just necessary that you do them alone. Like, you're gonna work better when you're alone, and you're gonna figure out things better because sometimes people really are distractions. Some people are gonna want a long-term relationship, and some people aren't, and that's okay. But it's not okay to lead anyone on. So, and sometimes that's the thing, is that you're the problem and the other person isn't. And that's alright. It's okay to have growth. It's okay to accept that you do things wrong too, and maybe you are the person in the relationship that's always getting hurt. But just always be as real as a person as you can be, no matter how other people have done you, because you're going to be happiest knowing that you're a good person because it's not on you what anyone else chooses. Another thing that goes along with the boys thing is knowing that you can be single and that is okay. I feel like we're in a generation where people kind of think that you need to have a boyfriend, like that's the goal, that's the first step to anything else, and it's really not. Like, you can accomplish so many things on your own. There's so much you can learn about yourself, and it's really just pointless to look for a boyfriend because whatever is meant to be is going to come to you. It's not going to be forced, and anything that is forced usually doesn't work out. And you can try as much as you want, but until the time is right, the right person's just not going to come to you. Be honest with yourself. Don't ever try to cancel out things or like see something that you don't like that you think may be like a reason why they're not really in it, and then just be cool with it and be like, oh well, this is the reason, or just make excuses. Like, you know what you're really feeling and what you're seeing, so be completely honest with yourself. You do not have to hang out with certain people at school. There is not a certain type of person that changes your worth, and I think anyone that you want to hang out with and anyone you're comfortable with and someone who really just genuinely makes you happy and you get along with, hang out with them. Don't try to force anything. Anything you force is just not going to be, because some things really just aren't meant. Another thing I want to talk about is insecurity, and this one can also apply to boys and girls. But anyways, I know I've dealt with a lot of insecurities. I know a lot of you guys deal with insecurities, and it's a bad feeling. It makes you feel bad about yourself. But the biggest thing is learning that you don't have to look, what's it called? This socially acceptable way. Because there's like this way society has made it, like there's certain things that are considered attractive and not attractive. But there's so many people in the world. There's going to be so many different feelings and different opinions. So you can't decide because one person said you were ugly. Like, just like the drama thing. One girl said you were ugly. That does not mean you're ugly. That does not mean something's wrong with you just because one person feels that way or said they feel that way because they're mad at you. Because there's going to be plenty of people that are going to look at you and they're going to like how you look. Other people don't get to decide your worth. And that's really the biggest thing, is understanding that just because someone said something doesn't mean it's true. Like, that is just an opinion, because even though one person might say you're ugly, either because they really think that or because they're just trying to be hateful to you, there is always going to be people that think you're beautiful. It does not matter how unattractive you personally think you are. There is always going to be somebody who looks at you and sees beauty. Like, there's always going to be someone that prefers you over someone else, that prefers someone else over you, and that's just how it is. And the biggest thing is learning to accept that you can't change people, you can't change people's opinions, and it's really not something to be upset over. Like, it doesn't change your life in any way. There's days your mood may drop, you may feel worse about yourself than usual, or you may just really be having a terrible day where you just want to hide from the world and lay in bed, and that's okay. Like, it's okay to have those type of days, and it's okay to not be okay sometimes. And I know people have said it before, but it's really true, because people think that just because they're having a bad day, that means things are actually going bad, but sometimes that's really not the case. Like, you're human, and it's normal for you to feel feelings, and sometimes they're going to be good, sometimes they're going to be bad. When you do feel these feelings, though, don't put yourself down. Don't tell yourself that they're true. Don't tell yourself that you're worthless, because you're not. And you're gonna get through it. You're gonna feel good again. No matter how much you feel like you're never gonna be okay again, you'll always be okay again. You have to remember the times in the past where you thought the same thing and you ended up fine. Do healthy things for yourself. No matter how you're feeling, make sure to take care of yourself still. Don't stop showering and doing all of that stuff, because I know how it feels when you're depressed and you feel like nothing matters, but you're just gonna feel worse if you just let yourself fall deeper into that. So you really just have to, like, pull yourself out. I know it's the hardest thing in the world, but you can get there. Like, you gotta change your mindset, even though your mindset might already be good and you're still depressed. Sometimes that's what it is. Like I've been saying, sometimes it is just what it is. But there's a lot you can do to try and help yourself, and you need to actually do that. Don't think that you don't deserve help or that you're meant to be like this, because there's happiness no matter what, no matter how far you think you are from it. I'm definitely someone who struggles with being affected by the opinions of others, and I feel like sometimes I can block it out, but then there's those days where I'm already irritated or something, and I see something in comment sections, and it just makes me mad, and it makes me want to reply. But you have to remind yourself, like, is it really worth it? Is it going to change their opinion? Because if that's what your goal is, then just don't even try. Like, don't try to change anyone else's opinion. It's not going to work. Like, most of the time, it is not going to work. You trying to change someone else's mind, and while they're trying to change your mind, because you know other people don't change your mind when they tell you things, right? Vice versa. Sometimes it is a really good thing to get off social media and to take a break for yourself, because social media is not everything. Other people aren't everything. Well, that kind of sounds bad, but like, other people do not control every second of your life. It is okay to have alone time. The next thing is being confident. If you like doing something, then do it. It does not matter who said it was weird or who said that you couldn't, because guess what? You can do whatever you say we're going to do. There is always going to be a hater or someone who doesn't like what you do. Always. No matter what you're doing, you cannot please everybody. So don't even try. The only person you need to please is you. So if you like singing, art, dancing, anything like that, even if you're not good at it, then start pursuing it and go for it, because everything really is just practice and hard work. Like, you're going to get somewhere with hard work, no matter what. No matter what you think about yourself, as long as you're working towards something, you're gonna get to your goal. Don't be apologetic about who you are. We are all different. Nobody is the same, and there is nothing anyone can tell you is weird, or like a way someone's vibe is weird or something. I mean, I guess someone could have a weird vibe if they're like a really negative person or things like that, but don't let anyone tell you like there's something wrong with your personality, because I mean, obviously we're not gonna all be the same, and someone's simple-minded if they think it's weird that you're different than them. If someone makes fun of you for like just the most random things that are just so unnecessary, then that probably means that they're really cautious about the things they do, because they themselves are insecure. I really cannot talk. Like, once I get to going on a story or something, I'm just mixing up every word. It is okay to like affection, but find it in friends first and family and stuff like that, because if you feel like you need a guy, you're never going to be happy, because once you get him, you're going to realize that there's still problems in life, and that getting a guy isn't everything, and you're not going to have anything worked out, because that was your main plan, and it's just not a good main goal. Thank you for watching my video. Some of you may have not got this far, but if you did, please subscribe, like, and comment. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it taught you something. I hope you actually got something out of it, which is basically like the same thing as those other things I said, but you know. take some of the advice in this video. Don't just ignore it. Don't forget it. If you feel like some of this applies to you and it's gonna help you, then remember this stuff and keep it in your heart. Bye.